Okay, Dogfish Head Colderest IPA. One of the big time trends in IPAs lately are the cold IPAs, which I still really don't understand. I guess their hops are flash frozen or something like that, and then they are made into an IPA, and it's apparently great because it's cold, or at least was made from a cold process. So going on Dogfish Head's website, they set out to brew a colder version of the coldest IPA we could imagine. It's brewed with white winter wheat and flaked rice for a crisp body. They fermented this with the house lager yeast colder than normal IPA temperatures to create layers of hop-derived fruit flavors from additions throughout brewing and fermentation. During the whirlpool, they added fresh, unkilned Citra and Azaka that had been flash frozen, there you go, flash frozen, to negative 20 degrees. To bring an extra dose of Harvest Fresh hoppiness to the party. So Harvest Fresh hoppiness comes from the hops being frozen, flash frozen. I never really thought about that. So if you wanted to get a 6-pack or a case of this, you're out of luck. You got to get it within the variety pack. So there's a variety pack for winter that includes 60-minute IPA, Blue Hen Pilsner, and Namaste. It might be their spring, actually, because I know everyone's always a season behind. They get way ahead of things sometimes. It comes into us at 7% ABV. It was released in 2023. I just picked this up the end of 2023. As far as the flavor, they say it's going to be gooseberry, pineapple, tangerine, guava, and peach with a light-bodied mouthfeel. It does have a little blurb here on the back of the can saying, chill out with our cold IPA brewed with a mix of flash-frozen hops, winter wheat, and pure crystalline ice. And it is very, very cold looking. So, I mean, this is like almost to the point where it's silver/white. You can't really see the words even written on the can. So, kind of brings me to think it's very, very, very cold. And I did chill this in the refrigerator, but it's probably about as temperature cold as a typical beer would get that you don't, want to just keep in your basement. It's not really a hefty dark beer. So let's pour it into this tulip glass. See what we got with Colderest IPA. And getting kind of a light pour, kind of a pilsnery look to this beer. It doesn't really look, almost maybe even a wheat ale kind of look to it. Got a nice frothy head to it as well. Kind of swirling around a little bit. Probably about a finger of a head. It's really, really frothy. Interesting look to it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of body to it, so I can kind of see this wit beer foaminess, some particles on the bottom too, but it does look pretty cold to me. So let's get the aroma now of Colderest IPA. Oh wow! Right away, I'm getting that really dank pineapple. A very, very, very small hint of like aged mango and maybe a little bit of the grape, too. So what it boasts as far as ingredients, it appears in the aroma for sure. Definitely smells like an IPA. So let's see how it tastes. Pineapple hits you right away. So that's exactly the first thing that was brought to my mind as soon as I tasted it. Getting a little bit of the mango intermixed, but the pineapple is probably the heaviest here. Definitely getting a grape tone a little bit. It's got a really interesting cacophony of flavors to it, this beer. Definitely the citrusy / maybe passion fruitish kind of taste. So definitely a little bit of a tropical vibe, but a not tropical vibe at the same time. Kind of a mix between a tropic and maybe like a West Coast IPA, I'm thinking. It does have some flavor to it, and I kind of like this beer. There's a bit of I've only had a couple of cold IPAs in my life, and maybe only one other, and that was the Sam Adams cold IPA that's in their winter variety pack. This I like because it has more of a nuanced flavor, not just a straight IPA flavor. I think Dogfish did a really, really good job with this beer. I know a lot of the IPAs lately are those really citrusy IPAs that aren't really, in my opinion, very IPA-like. They're a little more carbonated than they should be. And this one, they did a really good job of, melding those flavors you would get from that style into like an actual IPA. So this actually tastes like an IPA, goes down like an IPA. Really good job by Dogfish Head on this one. I'm going to give a Colderest IPA from Dogfish Head a 9 out of 10.